Boom! We're back, baby. We're back at the lovely home office. We're going to talk Jets. We're going to talk smacking around the Patriots and all the great takeaways and lessons learned from kicking the Patriots Patuki. Let's roll, baby.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
What is going on, everybody? Paul Ashton Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Evie.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. First off, right off the top, apologies for all the Wi-Fi issues. This is basically the first show, or the legitimate show, with no issues from that perspective since Jets Patriots. So we've got a lot to unload, a lot to unpack, and we'll get to all of that here shortly. And thanks to everyone. It was awesome to meet everybody, and I'm sure my partner in crime for this morning's show will share that same sentiment, and we can talk a little bit about that off the top of the show and get you some Jets Patriots stuff. Without further ado, the man all you guys met, and we can confirm, Johnny boy, the bacon was secured at the diner before we came back home. Let's bring in my father, Eston Zone, here on the show. What's up, Pop?
Hey now, good morning.
That's it. I wasn't sure if you still had your bacon prop. That photo was going wild in the Discord. People really appreciated that. So bacon secured at that bougie ass restaurant. Shout out to Eric, one of the guys we met at the Jets Patriots game, and also had been a supporter of the show. That was a little high class, but the place was good.
Yeah, I wish we'd taken a picture of your plates of food. The mountains. So Boy Green has this thing, right? Like he's finicky, whatever for eating. But
Sure.
he had two enormous plates of potatoes.
I did.
And when he was done, and he ate a lot. I think he ate. Although let's just be clear, I think Boy Green ate about 14 strips of bacon because everyone kept giving him the extra bacon.
What was I supposed to do? I wasn't going to let the bacon go to waste, you know.
Right. Anyways, it was a great restaurant, and I'll tell you what, it may have been bougie as you say, but that bacon was top shelf. But how many different kinds of potatoes did you have? Like 6?
I didn't actually, because I wanted to have multiple. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, let me take a quick gander at the side dishes, and I saw that they had a breakfast potato. I said, perfect. I'm like, whoa. Let me read this fine print. They mix onions and other crap in there. I'm like, oh, no. Can't go into there. And then even in my hash browns, they try to sneak in some green. Hey, I'm not having any of that vegetable nonsense. Nice try. I could sniff it out like a drug dog. That ain't happening. So I had to kind of...
Yeah, as a quick aside, if anyone's interested, the Boy Green diet is just Google that. And you'll see where you can go from 0 to 60 and get the Boy Green physique.
It is. I will start selling a book if I need to. That is terrific. Two things here. First off, let's flip the sign. We're 59 members away, and you may be saying, "Wow, that number seems to be going in the wrong direction." I blame Johnny Boy for this. I have no other idea that people have all of a sudden been canceling membership since we've been attempting to get Johnny Boy his emoji here. So we are quite a ways away, but we got to chip away at it every day. And we will 59 members away from Johnny. But speaking of Johnny and all the people, in all seriousness, though, it was cool meeting for the first time. And I know I'm going to miss people, but guys like Johnny Boy, VR, Ed Vargas, shout out to him and his beautiful wife. It was wonderful to meet them. Met Connor for the first time. Snowball was among the people. Eric, we just mentioned he was sitting with us. Him and his father were sitting with us for the game. Lee was there in our line. Woody, obviously. Man, there was just so many people. It was a blitzkrieg of people. Nick Shine. And it was pretty cool. So shout out to all those guys. It's cool because we see these people in the comments like Johnny or this guy or that guy. And it was just really cool to meet a lot of those people, Pop. And a lot of them were like, oh, Pop, let's take a pic. Oh, Pop, bacon. Oh, you were famous among the people, Pop.
Yeah, it was a great time. And I think some people have gotten together, and there'll be some home cooking. Speaking on that, and next year will be an extravaganza. Some game to be determined, information to be determined, but we're going to take it to the next level.
Yes. For those people, again, this will be something more so for the future. It won't be this season, but after going to this and experiencing it, I think we might have to start an annual Boy Green tailgate-a-thon, something for one of the games, and do it big and do it awesome, and try to see if we could get as many members of the Boy Green Coffee Club there as possible. That'd be amazing. So keep your eyes out. Again, if you're not already, you can join the Boy Green Coffee Club down below. It's also the pinned comment right now on YouTube if you guys would like to join it and become a member. And all the great discussions, like I said, we're going to be trying to do an annual shout out and try to get all our wonderful fans. I know we have a lot that are in the comments right now that we're not able to make it, but I'm hoping with more planning we can hopefully get even more people from all kinds of different distances. I know we have like Badshaw and Terrence and VR's coming from Florida, so we have people all over the place. So we will be working on that for sure. But Father, the thing we have to get to, we'll open up the phone lines later in the program, but we have to get to our main takeaways from the Jets kicking the Patriots Patuki, which again, 24-3, blowing the barn doors off. It was spectacular. But if I may, I'd like to start with the number one takeaway, and I think it's pretty obvious. Let's go to the tail of the tape here. That's Aaron Rodgers! Aaron Rodgers! That's Aaron Rodgers! Let's go! The place is electric! That's Aaron Rodgers!
Let's fucking go!
That's Aaron Rodgers! Aaron Rodgers. And, there have been some people on the show, I won't mention names, that said that the mobility was in question, rust and things of that nature. Man, he looked like Lamar Jackson out there, running all over the place, making throws on the run, and some exciting plays, especially in some of those third and long. Again, I'm going to review the game tape. We had the Syracuse game last night, so I'm going to be doing that over the weekend. But, man, it just seemed like Rodgers, his Achilles looks absolutely fine. It was great to see the movement skills. It seems like there is plenty of gas left in that tank, and that was incredibly exciting. High difficulty throws on the move. Man, he was operating the offense at an unbelievable level, and I don't think the Jets had a single 3-and-out the entire night, and that is new news to Jet fans who have not seen we've seen a lot of the 3-and-outs. We haven't seen a lot of the not 3-and-outs of these sustained drives, which seem to be happening all night against what was a very respectable Patriots defense coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, not a videographer. You were a little, I don't know what you were doing, but alcohol was involved, but a little shaky there.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. I would say it was surprising. His mobility, and it was great. And I would tell you that he did, what we've been talking about, right? The spreading the ball around was exactly right. 8 different receivers had the ball. So that was key. He didn't peg on anyone. I think the leading receiver might have even been Conklin.
It was Conklin, yeah.
Yeah. And so, spreading the ball around, 8 different receivers, that's where you want to be, and having – that's what we expected to see game 1 and game 2. It was clear that it was not the same player from week 1 and 2, right? He knocked some rust off, which is what we're talking about. Right? He had to get going on the way to 5-1, as I predicted. So I would just, putting all the Rodgers conversation in a box, I would say that the only comment I would have made when the game was well in hand, what was he doing out there? Right? What was he doing out there? So he looked phenomenal. This is not a dig on him, but knowing what you have, knowing when the victory well in hands, sometime in the fourth quarter, he would not have been in, right? And he could have done a lot of things, but he took 1 or 2 hits. An extra scramble or 2, right? You and I and everyone in the world only has so many scrambles in us, and after you get one done, okay, now I have 1 less. Now, whatever that number is, maybe he has 10,000 left. But there was no reason for him to be in the game late in the game, taking risk. So there was risk involved for no reason.
And by the way, Aaron Rodgers, which got a great. So Robert Saleh at the end of games, he has the locker room gathered together, and he's going through like some of the key stats. Like, oh wow, Jets had 7 sacks on defense, and everyone golf claps. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's this. His teammates went no louder than when Salah went and 3 rushes for 18 yards. Aaron Rodgers, and the room explodes and gives him a lot of stuff and ribbing. It's just cool. We just had, and I think I saw the stat which speaks to your point. It was something like Aaron Rodgers had 118 yards of running around, like left, right, up, down, everywhere. Again, the official statistics are 3 rushes for 18 yards, but man, the movement just was incredibly encouraging. And again, we're still so early in the season. We're week 3. So seeing this level, I think this is a jump where you're like, oh, wow. Okay, here we go. This makes you feel pretty good, certainly moving forward. Plus, if you think about this on the other side, this was the 3rd game in that 10-day, 11-day span for the Jets. Now they're going to get some time to rest. Now, again, for the Jets, for the foreseeable future, Rodgers mentioned this after the game, there's not a lot of true 7-day game weeks where it's 1 o'clock and then you're playing 1 o'clock. For instance, the Jets have this nice mini break, but they played a bunch of games in a short period of time. They got the 1 o'clock Broncos, and then all of a sudden they're going to London. They come back from London. They play a Monday Night Football game against the Bills. So there's not going to be a lot of normal for a long time. You have Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh coming up. You'll have the other Patriot game. So we're just going to have to continue to move on that.
And it's phenomenal that they have the opportunity that it is this break, because I will tell you, anybody and everybody just think anybody that does something you haven't done in a long time. So you could be in good shape, exercise every day. When you start making moves or making your body or muscles move in a way they haven't moved in a while, right? Rodgers going to be sore, or I'm sure he was sore yesterday. He's going to be sore today. Because some of those moves, and it was great. So this break is going to help him rest up. But yeah, they definitely should have had him take a break there at the end of the game when there was no intention, because the Jets put the brakes on early, right? And they probably could have and maybe should have put some more points on the board. And it's not a discount. It's not detracting from what they did. When it was clear that you were going to win the game, take them out, avoid the hits. Because the stadium erupted that one time he was hit, and everyone thought it was a personal foul, and the contact actually happened inbounds. Right there was a hit that didn't need to happen.
There was 2. There was that one. You're right, and Rodgers took full blame after the game and said, "It's one of those where." It's 2 things. First off, he's like, players are faster than you think when I'm 40 and they're much younger. And I think I know the necessary speed to get out of bounds, number 1. He said, number 2, I was lax. Like, heading out of bounds. That's also underrating his own speed or overrating his own speed as he's heading to the sideline. He's like, oh, I'm good. I can kind of pull up here. He said he has to finish the play when he gets out of bounds to avoid some of those hits. The other one, though, I'm not sure. I think they might have picked this flag up, and then the Jets got a different flag later on the receiving end of it. I can't remember the Patriot defender. Again, like I said, I'm going to have to rewatch it to get all the names and specifics. But Rodgers took a big hit, and a Patriot defender took a step and a half before he whacked Rodgers. He fell to the ground after a pass. It was just like, whoa, okay, whoa. Hey, now, he's been taking a couple of shots, so we can't say, like, I wonder how Rodgers is going to react to shots. He's been getting plenty of them, it seems, throughout the first 3 games. At least, for the most part, pass protection's held up. Tyron Smith had a very uncharacteristic game. It looked like he gave up 2 sacks in the game, so not sure what happened there, but, any man can be beat. Everyone's mortal, I suppose. So, but he's been good for the most part of the season, and that part certainly feels good. So, yeah, that kind of encapsulates a lot of the Aaron Rodgers experience. Who else popped for you?
Yeah, I would say this is on a combination. So this was a phenomenal win on the way 2-1 to 5-1.
Sure.
And what excellent organizations do in any field, right? Waste management, NFL, nuclear power, you pick anyone, you look for the things that you can improve after every game.
Of course.
Right? What could have been better? Right? And so if you dissect it, what really is a stark, like if you just took this part out of the game and focused on it, like, what the hell was going on? And that's time and clock management. Getting the play calls in. And it was, two timeouts in the same drive for not getting the play in.
Yeah, in the
And there
third
was
quarter.
multiple
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
What's funny is there was multiple ones where they snapped the ball at 1 second. Now, at the end of the game, when Rodgers shouldn't have been in the game, they were snapping the ball with 6 to 10 seconds left on the clock when they should have been running it down like they were before. So I don't know what was going on there, but there is something 100% that can't happen. You cannot take a timeout to avoid 5-yard losses because you can't get the play in.
Yeah, my bigger one, I thought you were going to go somewhere else, actually. That one, sure. There's no doubt about it. You got to figure that out. Now, Saleh continues to say that's part of the blessing and curse of Rodgers, that he likes testing the defense. And again, you're in your truest form, so to speak, when no clock is running, because you can't disguise anymore. You got to run to what actually is true. So that's what he tests. So, some of that's going to come. And he said it's going to be a conversation all year. But the one was at the end of the first half. Saleh, what are we doing? It seemed like the whole goal of the drive was settling for a field goal for the New York Jets. They ended up missing the field goal anyway and only have that 14-3 lead. And they were aggressive for like all of the game. And then at the end of the first half, they pulled it back. And okay, it didn't cost you here against New England. I don't want to say New England sucks. That's what I want to say. We smacked them around, but they beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. They could have, should have, would have beaten Seattle in New England, but it went to overtime, and that one escapes and gets lost in the sauce. They should have won that one too. So the Patriots are better than we think. They're feistier, maybe is the right word. They're more game. They're the Arizona Cardinals last year, where they're pushing opponents and occasionally getting a win. So this is great. The Jets are 2-0 in the AFC, the conference. They're 1-0 in the division. This is a great place to be. Again, I would have loved to beat the 49ers. Who wouldn't have? But if you're going to lose 1 in the 3, that's the one to lose that has the least amount of impact on the rest of the stuff you have going on. Plus, obviously, momentum. You've won 2 in a row. So that was my big problem at the end of the first half. And unfortunately, that has been a solid trademark of some of those kind of game management situations where he's put the team behind the 8 ball. So hopefully in the future, we're not just getting lackadaisical in some of those key moments. That was something that was pretty frustrating.
Yeah, and I'll just one other thing, and I'm not trying to make something out of something that isn't, just to be clear. But I hope that they're taking, again, the opportunity to excel, right, is ball control by Breece Hall. So all points of the game, holding the ball, having the whack drill or whatever they call it, right, where he holds the ball.
Oh, yes, right. You go through the lines and they just like try to beat you. Yeah,
that's right, right. So he holds the ball on tight. So he had to fumble this game. It was not costly. It was not, but I would say there's something. Again, I'm not picking on Breece Hall, but we can't afford that. And by the way, everyone should run that drill. And if you don't, not just in training camp, but the minimal training camp that we have, but make sure that they're doing that and controlling the ball. But I would tell you that the Jets did on the defense. They stepped up, right? What had been the Patriots' strength was not, right? They were unable to run the ball. They had one drive in the third quarter where they moved the ball pretty shockingly, passing down the field, and then ended up getting penalties and knocking it out. But the defense played the way they needed to play, and they continued to keep it so. And Hassan Reddick, he's about at that point where he's going to go see if there's some like day laborer jobs that he can do, because the Jets may have been trying to call him last week, but they're probably not trying to call him now. I think they had 7 sacks in the game.
They did, yeah.
And I would tell you that they're on pace to be the leader in the NFL in sacks by a wide margin through 3 games.
Yeah, it's looking pretty gosh darn good. By the way, just randomly, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just curious. When was the Breece Hall fumble during the game? Do you remember?
Yep, he was running, and he kind of very Aaron Rodgers like. He let up, and the fumble went forward. That's when they stopped the clock.
Oh, the out of bounds fumble you're talking about.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to remember it in my head. I'm like, fumble. And I saw it on the...
Yeah, to be clear, he did not lose the fumble.
Yeah.
But if it was in a different part of the field, whatever caused him to lose the fumble, he could not see. But whatever caused him to lose the ball, right, in the middle of the field, now he potentially has 2 fumbles. You know what the leading fumbler in the NFL had last year for the season? Do you know who it
No.
is?
I
Question
do
one,
not.
do you know who it is?
No, I do not.
He plays for the Commanders now. Now, do you know who it is?
Plays for the Commanders now. He's the leading fumbler. Is it Austin Eckler?
It is. Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, what do you think the number of fumbles that led the league led? Don't be Googling it or anything
I'm not
else.
Googling it. I'm just getting our thing ready. We have a membership coming in, but no. And this isn't counting fumbles lost.
This is only fumbles lost.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna bring my number far down. Then I don't know, like 4 maybe.
That's 5. It was 5 last year.
Oh, okay.
It was 5 last year. So that ball control is all it's all about. And I'm not picking on Breece, but in a different scenario, he may be at 2 through 3 games, with 5 being a big number.
Right.
So
the general fumble, like, sure, to your point, all that's good because obviously you don't want to have a turnover. They had that week 1. There was a huge momentum shifter early in the game where Fred Warner popped that ball out. But even still, in the moment, you can't advance the fumble. So, like, fumble brings you back. So Breece Hall, actually, a yard went off. Now, it didn't matter because on the next play, it just got a 12-yarder and, like, okay, pass the biscuits. But that could also be key situational. If you lose the fumble as you're going out of bounds, you lose yardage, and maybe that has a more important pivot point. But no, the thing I was setting up is this, baby, because we've got a membership coming in from our moderator, baby. Absolutely. We've got your baby. Yes, beautiful. And our new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club is none other than Frank Blau. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. And that gives you your loyalty badge. And, of course, access to the Discord channel, which Jared B. will or already has dropped in there. We're now 58 members away for old Johnny Boy to get his emoji unlock coming in, which is absolutely exciting. So thank you, Jared B. And you guys can keep the membership flow going here, baby, as we celebrate some of the Jets Patriots action. Feel free to do so in the YouTube description down below. It's the pinned comment on YouTube right now. Plus, of course, you could gift memberships. There's that little money sign if you're watching on YouTube. Go ahead.
Just for the record, for those on Discord, there is probably several minutes of the Woodinator doing and a very few painful seconds of Boy Green dancing. It is painful to watch. Not Woody. Woody was rocking it out, but you get to see Boy Green do it. I don't even know if those were ever dance moves. But I wish you could pull that up. That would be good to show everybody. But
sure, I guess we can try to find
not Woody's one, the one that I did that had you dancing. That's the key.
Let me see if I can pull this up. So this is another reason to get in the Discord, folks. To be honest with you, you get all kinds of additional content here, which can sometimes give you all kinds of different action here. So. Let me see if I could quickly find this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so there was a lot of fun had. There's pictures, there's videos from the tailgate, which were a lot of fun, and that was cool. We also shout out to Uncle Tio and Johnny Boy and Dom and everybody else, and Johnny Boy's father. We got to go out to a diner yesterday morning. That's where my father got his bacon. We got to go out there and hang out after the Jets game, which was pretty fun, pretty cool as we were doing all this.
The video is
what
21
tab is
seconds. 21 seconds.
Yeah, is that in the general tab? Where'd you put that one?
I believe it's in the general tab. Let me.
Okay, all right. Anywho, yes, I know. See, this is why we gotta. Oh, here it is. I think I got it. It's a Jets tab. It's in Jets tab. Okay. I'm trying to find the right dancing. Is it? Oh boy! So I guess I just got to kind of. Oh wow! There's a dancing. I'm seeing that. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is the dance moves you didn't ask for. Let me see if I can do this smoothly. All right. Here you go, everybody. This is These are the dance moves coming up here that happened just randomly during the Jets Patriots game. So here we go. Wow. The vibes are high at MetLife Stadium right now. Woody's getting into it.
Now, Woody's got some moves. Wait, I don't know what you are doing.
And here's the thing. Woody and me do not know we're being recorded. This is just our natural state. The state of the state. So there's plenty of other uncomfortable videos just like that. Excuse me, that are available to be seen. That is in the Discord. And again, how you get into the Discord is you become a member of the Boyd Green Coffee Club. It's only $2.99 a month. You help support the show, and you get all the extra action where we're just kind of talking Jets all the time and doing all that. Mr. Bonesy, he was another one that we met as he's laughing at the vibrations and gyrations that are happening with my body. It was cool to meet Mr. Bonesy as well. So many awesome people. That was a lot of fun. One to throw out, you mentioned it earlier, but it certainly is worth a discount double check. Tyler Conklin, man. He had been MIA, not even involved. No, not a lot of targets. He had maybe 3 catches through the first 2 games of the season. I'm going to be honest. I had him in one of my fantasy leagues, one of the lower ones. I cut him. I'm like, I guess they're not going to use Tyler Conklin. Seems strange. He ended up with like a 15-point night, not too shabby. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Tyler Conklin. It was great to get him involved. It seemed like every key big third down, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, old Tyler Conklin was all reliable. And I think that's where we get to the Garrett Wilson portion of the exam. And he finally gets his first touchdown. Check that off the bucket list for this season. But it's to what you said earlier about spreading the wealth. If every team, it seems like their number one mission is we are removing Garrett Wilson from the game. We're doubling him. We're bracketing him. We're doing everything where he can't get involved, and that opens the door for everybody else. If everyone else keeps eating, Mike Williams, great to see him back on the board. Conklin, Braylon Allen actually led the team in rushing, not Breece Hall. So you go to some of these other pieces that are eating, defense will have to go, damn, I know we wanted to double Garrett, but we got to get to some of these other guys. They're killing us over here. Whoop. And then all of a sudden the one-on-one ops, and Aaron will go for Garrett, and hopefully that opens up the door. But that's another big one. The wealth is spreading, and eventually defense are going to have to react. If they don't, all those other guys are going to keep eating.
Yeah, that's the really great point about the offense is you can't shut down one player, right? And then you're going to look, and we're going to, I would say, in half a dozen games mid-season, then now it's opening up, right? It's like it's a clam, it's opened up, and the oyster is sitting there. It's that didn't. Anyways, but right, spreading the ball around. Who are you going to stop? And Corley, I'm telling you, by midseason, he's going to be. Now you got somebody else to start. Mike Williams, 1 catch last week. This week, multiple catches.
Yeah.
Conklin in the game. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, 3 catches, 34 yards for Mike Williams. Shout out to him. 4 targets.
And so, and right, and that's what you need. You don't need 4 players to get 100 yards. They spread the ball around 8 different players. Rodgers was about 270, 280 yards. I don't have that number.
I have everything. I believe 281.
Yeah, so that's it, right? And again, we talked about it in the summer. We do not need Rodgers to throw for 300 or 400 yards. We don't. There's no reason, And
he could, but
I think the balance,
right? Yeah.
The balance with Thunder and Lightning. One thing, just you kind of alluded earlier that people are dropping out because Johnny's an X emoji. I think it's important to remind people that when you get gifted a membership, it's a 1-month thing, and then you've got to do something to keep it.
Correct.
And that's probably the matriculation.
That is correct.
Of numbers away.
Yeah, no. So, for instance, earlier in the show, we highlighted it. We highlight every new membership. When you gift a membership, you're giving it to someone random in the chat. Now, the YouTube overlords, they tell me that they give it to the people that are the most active. So it's random, but it's random of people that are most active, either in the chat or interacting with the show, and they pluck someone from that group. The membership was paid for by whoever was gifting it. So Jared B bought the membership for that individual, and they are gifted 1 month of membership and all the perks that includes and entails, the Discord and everything else. And at the end of the month, YouTube sent you an email. Hey, you were gifted a membership. Now do you want to keep it rolling? It's $2.99 a month, and it's a per month basis. There's no way, at least I currently know of, that you could sign up for like a year or anything like that. So you just keep paying by month. So it asks you, do you want to start paying for it? You say yes or no. And if you say no, then you revert back to normal civilian status and keep enjoying the show in that way. Or if you say yes, you become a member and supporter of the show. Again, with the loyalty badge, for instance, Dakota, I'm going to randomly highlight you, but so we go to Easy. Easy is a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. He has this logo and emoji right here, and it stands out greater to me than if someone else is just chiming in. So, for instance, Greg just came in. There's no loyalty badge by the name. Now, I appreciate all the support no matter how it comes, but the thing that it designates and makes a difference, it also unlocks all the emojis, the snowball emojis that he's been making for everybody in the chat. Emojis like Terrence here on the screen, or Philium, or Imanji, which even that got brought up a few times at the tailgate that they loved it. So there you go. Hep, Ricky New York, our guy, and all these other ones. Those are only available to members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. And like I said, once we reach certain statuses, we like to kind of highlight and honor good callers or interesting members of the community and emoji-ize them, and then that will be an emoji forever. So it's a cool way to kind of honor the fans and stuff of that nature. So that is a good point. It's great to bring up that again. Once you are gifted a membership, you can keep it by the end of the month, getting a little email to do that. And also down below, you can punch in your own ticket right now. If you're like, man, I have not been gifted a membership, then buy your own membership down below. Again, it's only $2.99 a month. It's a cup of coffee. You can support the program and get this train rolling, which is a lot of fun. And hopefully we can continue to grow the community because, like we said earlier, we plan on doing an annual tailgate. Next year would be the first one because this year I kind of just jumped onto what Nick Shine already had going on. I think we're going to do our own thing next year and really just go to town on it. And I got a lot of ideas, and so do a lot of our members already of the Boy Green Coffee Club. But I'd love to expand the Boy Green Coffee Club, get even more people involved because I think it has a chance to be pretty fun.
Yeah, pillar to post, right? Maybe a block of hotel rooms.
Ooh, wow.
You know,
okay.
Just we're going to think entirely
Good idea.
outside the box. And by the way, yes, please sign up for the Boy Green Coffee Club, $2.99, because somebody's got to pay for those potatoes.
Somebody's
got to pay for those potatoes.
Yeah, that's true. And see, I'm seeing all kinds of people like Galatron saying, hell yeah, I'm in, baby. Yeah, I love it. And Galatron, it's great to see you in the Discord. I saw you just joined this week. Welcome to the Discord, brother. Love it. Cool avatar, too. That's terrific. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll use polls to get the huge coffee club's opinion on some of the major decisions.
No doubt. I agree. Yeah, like I said, I want to gauge, and I'm not pretending like I'm the perfect guy that has all the answers. This will be my first time. I don't know if this time that just happened counts. So next year will be the first time of actually hosting it and going through all the protocols of what that would be. Yeah, I'm really going to be leaning on the fans, to be honest with you, because like I've got a lot of ideas, but I don't just want to be dictator Paul here and say, hey, we're going to be doing this, or this. I really do want to open up to the fans because there's going to be great ideas. For instance, VR, I won't hold him responsible for this, but this was a suggestion he gave. He said he does some DJ work. I said, oh my God, that's friggin' cool. So we might be able to bring some of our powers together and do things like whether or not we do any Boy Green Daily or some sort of show live from the parking lot. That could be something we could explore. That could be kind of interesting for people as an idea. But like, there's all kinds of possibilities. So yes, that's another reason to be a part of the Discord as well, because I am going to be gauging the fans and trying to see what's going to be popping and what is interesting and what people want, food, drink, the hotel blocks you're talking about, ticket packages. People, let's be honest. How much do we want to pay for tickets? We could get front row seats, but those will be a little pricey. Is that what you want? Where do you want it? So I think all of those kind of machinations. That's what we're going to have to see for where the tickets are, the hotel blocks, the food and drink, how many people, and all that kind of jazz. That's all stuff we're going to be looking into.
Yeah. By the way, the front row seat is not what it's cracked up to be. I will tell you that back in the day, I went to a Philadelphia at the Vet Cowboys game, and I was 4 rows from the first row of the stadium. Philadelphia, the Met was literally falling apart, and they rolled stands up. So they dragged these temporary stands onto the field, and I was 4 rows from that. The players are about 30 feet in front of me, and that sounds phenomenal. The problem with that is Boy Green is vertically challenged, and that came from somewhere. And I am not that tall, 5'8", every player on the team is taller than I am. And by the way, they were standing directly in front of me. So my line of sight was the back of their head as I was 4 rows from the field. So sounds like a good idea. It's not. If you remember, we picked out our Syracuse season tickets a few times. You're like, man, Dad, we'll get 3 rows from the field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. So we'll find the right spot. And they've got that app or the program or whatever.
Yeah, where you get to view your seat. Yeah.
Where you are. And, we went to MetLife, Seattle, the Jets, and we were in the 300 section, row 1 of the 300 section, and those seats were phenomenal.
Yeah, so I'm seeing, and that's kind of what Galatron was saying here. He went to Jets Giants last year in the rain. We're in the 3 section. I think it's the best. And I think if you get in the right part of the 300 section, I think maybe, to your point, Pop, we might go that front row at 300. And even if you're tickling in the 200s, I think if you're anywhere in a decent spot, that should be pretty good. And plus, like you said, we can view the seats ahead of time and make sure we get the right block. So we're getting the fans the best possibilities there for sure. So, yeah, again, guys, that's something we're thinking about. And this is something we're going to plan far in advance. So this is not going to be a this season thing. I think I'm done for this season, quite frankly. I got a pregnant fiance who's going to be having a baby here very shortly. So no more Jets games for me this year in terms of going, but we'll keep doing all the shows and everything from that perspective. So, 100%. I think we'll have it all set up for next year. But again, guys, let's keep growing the show. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby, and join the Boy Green Coffee Club if you can. Before we get to the phone lines, Pop, is there any other notes and quotes you want to get out from this game? Get off your chest.
No, just one from Dave Briga. Okay. Yes, there was. I went to that Cowboys game in Philadelphia. We were all wearing Cowboys gear. There was 5 of us, and anyone that met me Thursday night, I was the smallest person of the 5 of us, and we were all wearing Cowboys gear, and we had no issues, no issues whatsoever. So yes, but I do not recommend it in small. You taking your wife to in Philadelphia, if you're any other team, and spurting the jersey by yourself, I do not. That's not a sound strategy, Cotton.
I would just say this. I went to Buffalo, and they were not very pleased. I was in full Jets gear, head to toe, baby, and I got a lot of booze. I got beer report on me once or twice. But you know what? I'm a fan. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to go to another stadium and just like wear neutral colors and just like, everyone's Jets thing happens. I'm like, yeah, that was great. No, screw that, man. I'm going to enjoy my fandom, and they can either jump on a ride or suck it, baby. So, terrific.
Oh, there are many times that Boy Green's mouth has written checks that his ass cannot cash. So just for everyone that's wondering, he's a yipper. A lot of yipping. Yip, 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 yip. And sometimes that check has been called and it has bounced.
I'm unaware of those times that you're referencing, but either way, let's set it up, baby. Oh, wow, the comments are flowing in here quick. Let me see. Let me put this. This is now the new pinned comment. If you'd like to call into today's show, feel free to do so. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25. If you're watching on Heavy on Jets, our Facebook page, shout out to Heavy. Or if you're watching on Twitter at BoyGreen25 as well, you have to hop on over to YouTube to be able to call into the show. And let's go right to Hep, baby.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Excellent.
Hey, you guys look like you had a great time. Just a couple of things. One is, it was nice to see Ruckert get involved a little bit.
Thank God. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And like your dad said, throwing the ball all over the field to everybody. Great. Mm-hmm. Those 2 big backs in the backfield, Breece and Allen, were looking good. The only thing is I want to make a plea to the Boy Green Coffee Club.
Okay, sure.
All right. Listen, guys, before Boy Green and his fiance have this baby, if there's anybody in the Syracuse area who knows how to fix dryers, this man needs his dryer fixed.
Yes, please. Yeah, sure.
You can't have a little baby and then a little baby and have to take your laundry from the wet clothes to the dry to the what is it? The
laundromat down the street. Yeah.
To dry. So if there's any repairman in the area or Paul Green's landlord, get it together, dude.
Yes.
Get this guy's dryer, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you, Hep.
All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you later.
All right, there he is. Yeah, it is true. I am the dryer no longer working. So what I do is, because I'm a cheap bastard, I wash all the clothes at home, and then I lug those heavy ass baskets into my car, drive down to the laundromat, and then I throw them in the dryer. Yep, yeah, that is it does a number on the back. It does a number on the back. So I appreciate Hep chiming in. So we have no other choice. Go ahead, real quick.
There's this weird thing, and you can actually like put like a string in the backyard.
All right.
And then you like put these clippy things that hold the clothes on it, and the clothes will dry. It's called a clothesline. It was just invented, so you may not have heard of it. It's called the clothesline.
Yeah, that sounds like that works in New York. That's
Work for another month or two. Yeah, it's not gonna work in December because I can see you out there hanging. Oh, well, my dad told me I could use this clothesline.
Oh wait, what is this?
Boy green daily, boy green daily, boy green daily. Talking just football, man. Boy green daily, boy green daily, boy green daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Boy Green daily, boy Green daily, boy Green daily. You're talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, boy Green daily, boy Green daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets.
Hep. That's a classic
Hey
and will live on
now.
forever. Hep's one of the best. There's no question about it. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got Tim from Fishland up next. What's up, Tim?
What's going on, Paul? What's up,
Wow, look at
Daddy
that. No
Green?
hat. The hair, the polo. Wow, you're dressed up. You going somewhere?
Nah, I just woke up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
But I had
Nice.
to have my Jets polo on for this.
Nice. I like it. Oh, and you
Listen,
got the new logo there too. Very nice.
when you guys look at it on Thursday night, Rodgers put on a QB clinic on how the position is supposed to be played in the NFL. Okay? That's what he did. Now, the Dolphin fans and the Bills fans can sit there and go, oh, it's the Patriots. They're scared out of their boots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he knows, being a Cowboy fan, what he witnessed on Thursday night.
Yeah, they
Am
did
I
what they
wrong? Am
should
I
have
right?
done. Well, they did what they should have done against the
Well,
Patriots.
it should have been more points. It should have been 38-3.
Yeah, Mike
right.
Williams dropped that touchdown. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
That's right. And then there was a few times it was weird to leave everybody in the game and take your foot off the gas. Like you didn't have to show any of your, double secret probation plays. But right, you're exactly right. And I told Boy Green that it should have been easily in the 30s or 40s.
Oh yeah, without doubt. But the thing is, too, they're trying to prevent from injury. I think when Moses went down, they were like, "Oh, okay, let's get out of here without any more injuries."
That was after the third quarter too. Yeah.
When you get up on somebody and you're just literally punching them on the mouth, both sides of the ball, there's nothing that they can do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to jeopardize big time injuries on that.
That's right.
All right. From what I can see, they're getting better and better in a week, every week. Okay. And he's just going to be more and more better, especially if he's got his legs underneath him. That was amazing to see him being able to run around, throw. It was like watching Rodgers 5-6 years ago, literally. So we should always expect to win every week now, but now we should expect to dominate.
That's it.
Soon enough. All right.
That's a difference. Well, before you get out of here, Tim, Badshaw has a request. He said, Paul, asked him when he's going to play K-Brock and Madden. Yeah, K-Brock has been looking for you. And so when's that happening?
K-Brock? Who's
K-Brock. He's a commenter in here. He's in the Discord too. I don't know if you're in the Discord, Tim, but he's in there, and there's a Madden channel, so that's where we kind of set up Madden games in there on Discord. And he's a guy that.
How do I get into the Discord?
So yeah, all you have to do is join the Boy Green Coffee Club. So you can do that in the YouTube description down below, and then you'll have access to the Discord by being a member. And you can jump in there and you can see there's a Madden.
I think I have a free membership, right?
If you still do, but when it runs, so if you still do, then yes, you should be able to get in there. If you don't, because it kicks you out, basically, Jared B set it up that way where you have to be a member to be in it. So if your free membership runs out, you'll get kicked out of the Discord, basically. Like, it won't let you comment or do anything. So you have to be a card carrying member to remain in the Discord and be in the Discord.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not really liking this year's Madden.
No,
it's absolutely stupid.
Sorry, K-Brock. Yeah,
I mean, I'll play, but it's not like they completely revamped this game. They made it completely more shittier than the last couple games. Like it befools me. The zone coverages in this game are complete shit. Okay. You play man, you got to get a pass rush, even the pass rushes and stuff like that. It's just it's so hard to explain. Last 2-3 years in Madden, I've been able to dominate with Zach Wilson. Okay.
Those words have never been uttered.
That's probably
out loud.
Well, I'm just telling you, man. Like, I've been able to dominate, have a good record and everything like that with Zach Wilson. So I don't know what they did to this game, but it is so bugged out. Okay, like they have these meta blitzes, the nickel 2-4-5. I know how to block it up, but still, I only get about 3 seconds to throw the ball. Wow. So I got to be quick with it, even after I block 7-man protection on that. All right. There's a whole different the zone coverages in this game. They got to do some serious updates on this game to get it back to where it was a year or two ago. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm very disappointed in this game. That's all I gotta say. But maybe because I'm so high in rank, I'm playing pro players, and pro players are just absolutely retarded. You know what I mean? They're literally going through on defense and changing each individual guy's job pre-snap.
So that could be it too, obviously. That could be it as well. So yeah, I haven't gotten enough Madden in, to be honest, with the work and the baby. I've not been getting enough in, so I'm gonna have to try to see if I could dive back into that at a later point. All right, let's. So K Brock, the challenge is out. We'll see if we can make that happen. Let's go to another caller here. We got EZ here on the show. Wow, nice jersey. Very nice. And coffee too.
Coffee club. Gotta have the coffee.
That's right. There you go, Easy.
You gotta have your props.
Sure. Props
make video. Yeah. Video makes money for you. Yeah. For me, it just makes me, a buffoon that goes on your show and people, some like me, some laugh at me. I don't care. I'm having fun. We're having fun. Hey, yeah. Pops, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I love you. Sorry, you're a Cowboys fan, but you are a Jets fan too, so that works. You're not in our league, so that's I right. mean, yeah, conference. Sorry, you are in our league. That I didn't mean that.
No, I didn't take it that way. I understood what you meant.
No, I definitely took it that way. Suck it, Cowboys. Yeah, there we go. Not in our league. Yeah, there you go.
Don't you still have flashbacks from week 2 of last year, Boy Green? All right, let Easy talk.
No. Go ahead.
Anyway, I haven't seen an offense looking this good since Kenny O'Brien was quarterback.
That was hot a second ago.
I mean, Kenny O'Brien we used to have games where we put up 50. Mm-hmm. If you've ever gone back and watched some of those vintage games in the 80s where we'd play the Dolphins, it would be, Kenny O versus, Dan Marino. They had some epic battles. Those were some great games to watch.
The Wesley Walker 4-touchdown game. Damn straight.
Oh. I mean, it was just those games were so much fun because I remember Newsday, the Long Island newspaper,
yes,
when we had back in the day, we had Wesley Walker and Johnny Lamb Jones. And I remember when we drafted Lamb Jones, the Newsday on the back page, it said 2 Jets with afterburners. That was the headline.
I love that.
Because I think Lamb Jones, what was he, a track star? I think he was a world-class sprinter.
Yes, that's right. Johnny Lamb.
Too bad he just couldn't catch the ball. I mean, they've tried it with a couple of guys. Didn't San Francisco try out a track star one time and they just couldn't get him to work? We're going back maybe 15 years I can't remember the guy's name, but they brought him in because he was a track star.
Sure.
And he was fast as all. I think he was a hurdler.
Really?
That's what he was. He was an Olympic hurdler, and they brought him in, and he just couldn't catch the ball. He wasn't a football player. You got to be a football player to play football.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Greg, by the way, said he was at the Wesley Walker 4-touchdown game. It was his first ever Jets game. So, wow, Greg, there you go. Way to be indoctrinated, my friend.
Well, I was at the game where Keyshawn caught his first touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah. He loves.
We lost.
Yeah, well.
I don't like going to Jet games because I'm like bad luck. Anytime I've been live at a Jets game, we've lost. And I'm talking going back to Namath at Shea Stadium. Like I told you once before, my dad was in the Masons, and we used to get tickets, and we'd sit in the bleacher seats, those steel bleachers at Shea, and we used to pound on them with our feet, and they'd get loud and raucous. It was great. I miss Shea Stadium, even for the Mets. I haven't actually even seen a Met game at the new ballpark.
Oh, really? Wow.
No, next time I get up to New York, I have to, but it's going to be too late this year.
Yeah.
But
Marquise Goodwin. Marquise.
Oh, Marquis.
Goodwin.
Oh, yeah, Marquis.
Yeah.
He's the speedster. Yeah.
Was it San Francisco? I think it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. He was. God, he was fast. But anyway, I want to talk about Reddick.
Sure. Yeah.
Reddick's stock went up after game 2.
Correct. Yep.
Went back down after Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets did something that I'm really proud of, and I have to hand it to the coaching staff on both offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
They've adapted. For the past couple of years, they couldn't. Maybe it was because Hackett couldn't adapt because he had Zach Wilson. But now that he's got a real bona fide, I think even if we would have gotten Derek Carr, he could have adapted because let's put it this way. I love Zach. He's got all the tools in the world. God bless him. I hope he does good. But he's got nothing between the ears but solid bone. That's the problem. It's the bean. It's the bean. He's not fast enough recognizing coverages. He's not fast enough when he sees an open receiver. If you watch Rodgers, it was like 1, 2, bam, gone. Ball was out of his hands in seconds. He made the decision. And even when he had to roll out, he knew what he was going to do. He was just waiting for the opportunity. He was waiting for the window to open up. He knows what he's doing. He reads the coverages, and that's why you can't blame the coaches for these delay of games. Even Rodgers said after the game last week, he said that was on me because he's waiting for the last minute to look for that last minute change in defense so he knows where he's going. But, I think Salah must have said to him, can you just get rid of the ball with 3 seconds left or something?
Yeah, right. Try to speed it up a little. But again, He did kind of admit that it will be a problem all season. And he said that basically, that's if you get Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, okay, I will take a handful of delay games or what have you.
Because we'll be winning in the fourth quarter and we won't worry about the timeouts.
Well, you hope so. Yeah.
That's the whole purpose. And like I said, and defense, throwing those blitz packages in, we haven't blitzed like this since Rexy.
That was the right move. This Patriots offensive line was damaged. They were missing 2 starters. And Jacoby Brissett has not had, it was a James Woody stat, had not had more than 150 passing yards in nearly 2 years. So
even if they were 100%, you throw in the blitzes. I mean, you got Sherwood coming in. It's almost like a safety blitz because he's so fast.
Correct. He's a former safety.
He's a tweener. He's a converted safety. He's a small linebacker, big safety. He's fast. Oh my God, he was great in that game. I remember when the guy was running from the left side to the right side, he chased him all the way down from the left to the right, and they only got like a half-yard gain.
Impressive.
The guy ran 20 yards side to side, made only 1 yard. It was great.
My father made a call during the game. He looked over. That was the most impressive 3-year gain, and then we said, "Oh, that was only 1 yard." He went, "Oh, geez." So
yeah, that was Sherwood did that. He's fast. I'm telling you. They adapted, and that's the most impressive thing I got out of the game is that they went into the game. Everyone thought, "Oh, well, Salah's just going to be like this." Rock in his head that we're just going to rush forward. We're just going to rush. No, they blitzed a couple of times last week, but this week, man, they opened up the floodgates. And now other teams are going to have to think about What the hell are the Jets going to do? They know Rodgers is a problem, but now they're seeing that the defense isn't vanilla anymore.
Yeah. Here, by the way, here we go. We got Bills fan alert in here from Twitter. Danny in real life. I actually do know Danny in real life. Patriots Bengals was a fluke. Patriots are horrible. Jets versus Patriots, good win, but tough to take anything from playing at home against maybe the worst team in the league. Come on, man. Well, what happened to the Seahawks game? Seattle's undefeated, and they pushed them to overtime.
How about the Carolinas? Have you seen what the Panthers look like? Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They look like the Jets 3 years ago.
100%.
They're inept.
And I also said this, and I caught a lot of crap for it. I said, actually, the Patriots beating the Bengals week 1 is good because I don't think the Patriots are this awesome team. I think the Bengals are eventually going to find it. They always start slow. And later, it might be very important for playoff seeding in the Jets-Bengals that the Bengals would have had an AFC loss to this crappy Patriots team later. But I would push back on the same thing that EZ just said. Worst team.
Right. Our only loss is out of conference.
Right.
That would be a lot of people, nobody really thought we were going to win that game. I was disappointed in how we lost it. I think towards the end of the game, we kind of started getting a little bit back in it. There was just so much rust on the entire starting offense and defense from not being in any of the preseason games because Brock Purdy played in all the preseason games. Okay. Yeah, he played in every preseason game. So, I mean, he had shaken off some of the rust. I know not having MCM was bad, but that other kid was good. And they're in, I think, aren't they in a little bit of trouble for not accurately reporting their injuries, or they're getting side eye from the NFL? Because apparently, they're getting a little side eye because they knew that he wasn't playing, and they just kind of kept that. Well, I guess that's gamesmanship too.
Basically, yeah. The NFL said they reviewed it and they didn't see anything. Again, I don't see how.
Yeah,
there couldn't have been something up, but again, the NFL reviewed it and there was nothing there. So
Yeah, that's gamesmanship, though. If some starter on our team wasn't going to play, but he was iffy, they would have you keep them guessing.
100%. I appreciate keep them guessing because the Jets been doing business. So again, the Patriots' worst team in football. It's convenient the narratives that come out after games. Now they're the worst team in football.
So it is important. So they are a terrible team, right? And the Jets beat them the way they should have beat them. Now, whether they beat them by 20 some odd or 30 some odd, they won the game they were supposed to win. And then there are things to learn about it, right? You learned that, similar to what I've said in the past, I know other people have said it, but is Breece Hall needs space, right?
Yes.
When you are running on a short yardage play and the defense knows it, Breece Hall is not going to break the tackles the way the Agent Zero was. And we saw that. Agent Zero one time got hit behind the line, broke like 3 tackles and made like a 4 or 5 yard gain. Breece Hall got eaten up like a kid's Happy Meal. Right. So you just got to pick the right play. He needs space. He needs space and a half of a block so he can make a move. Without the space, he can't make a move. So there's a learning there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not picking on anyone, but there's things to learn from. We beat a bad team the way we should have beat them. It wasn't close, right? They got 3 points. By the way, Easy looks like Rob Ryan when he has a headset on.
Wow. We should have switched that, I guess, for the emoji. I will just say in general, I know a lot of people are not outside of the Jets organization. It's fine. They don't have to be. We don't have to impress them. Danny, a Bills fan. If you learn nothing from this New England game, basically, in terms of takeaways, then I imagine you're going to feel the same way next week if the Jets beat the brakes off the Broncos, who are terrible. And people on the outside are going to go past the biscuits. They're 3-1. Who cares? The real test are going to be those following 2 weeks in particular of in London against the Vikings where Sam Darnold looks reincarnated. I'm sure Jet fans would love nothing more than to get another whack at Sam Darnold. And week 6, Monday Night Football at home against the Buffalo Bills. Let's ride and see what happens. So, again, if people don't have the takeaways for the Patriots game outside of our fandom or team, okay, so what? We don't have anything to prove to those people. We're just going to keep stacking them up, handling our business, and then we'll see where their cards are and the chips fall where they may. All right, Father, do you have more time for any callers?
We can take a couple more. Yeah, we need the momentum rolling into that Monday night
Week
game
6?
where Buffalo comes. Yeah, where Buffalo comes to MetLife. So get some momentum. Yeah, we got time for a caller or two, and then we got to go pick up the pack of dogs from the kennel. So
okay. So yeah, no bacon reference this time. I thought that would have been the place
dogs
to
love
go.
bacon.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Johnny Boy joined us here on the show.
What up, guys?
Man,
Papa
it's crazy to
Ezra.
see you now after seeing you yesterday. This is
I
crazy.
feel
Is that
like
a
I've
Kiss
never.
T-shirt?
Yeah, that's Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
One of the greatest bands of all time. Yeah.
That's a cover of the Destroyer album. For those that are wondering.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the full shirt. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Yep, their world tour.
Oh, nice.
97. Or 77. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Wow.
I wasn't even born yet.
Wait,
So-
what? Wait, how old are you, Johnny?
I was born in 87.
Oh, 87. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
My voice is all still shot from the game, then going to the Met game. Nuts.
Recovery is important. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great win. Everybody should be happy, excited. It is what it is, right? But it was against the Patriots. These are the teams that we're supposed to beat. We're supposed to be winning like this. We have to continue to keep going. I think the biggest test for us is going to be against the Bills. And then we could truly be like, all right, this is where we're at. I watched the game again yesterday and seeing a lot of the offensive plays that they were doing. Hey, man, it's way different with Aaron Rodgers. And how about Solomon Thomas, man?
Solly?
Him playing fullback and being able to do what he's doing over there, just
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen the game since we saw it live, so I'm gonna have to go back and see some of that. That's awesome. Great. Refrigerator Perry, baby. Move over.
exactly, man. So, but want to come up here, man, show you guys some love. It was awesome meeting both of you guys, meeting everybody that we met over there. I just want to say that, Papa Esden can take down the bacon, everybody. So it is true. He is not playing when he talks about taking down the bacon. All right. And hey, BG, your pops is quick on his feet, man. I was like, hey, man, what was that year you were born? He was like, nah, that's the year I met your mama.
Yeah,
that
was funny. Yeah, on the side of the diner we were at yesterday, it had an established in blah blah year, and yeah, Johnny said, "Oh, that's funny. Hey, was that when you were born, old man?" Bap, 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 bap. That's where I met your mom. Oh, yeah. He's quick witted. He's quick witted.
He silenced me very quickly, where I was like, "Hey, we should take a picture now."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's funny. I actually met your mom in 1986. Huh. Oh, anyways.
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. Brother? Is that you?
Huh?
Hey, but no, it was awesome, man. I'm hyped. I'm excited. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's still getting used to everything. Like, I think he's going to continue to keep getting there to he's in mid form, and then we're all going to be like, oh man, this is nuts. Like, because I could tell you guys this, at what point, I think going into the half, we had 17 first downs or something crazy like that. And I was like, holy, when has this ever happened? There was stuff that I was seeing and I was like, as a Jet fan, I never saw that a quarterback is being able to do. And then the defense is just running on full cylinders right now, man. With Sherwood and back there, seeing him live, that dude is fast. Like sideline to sideline, I couldn't believe the way he would track down people and then tackle. So it's going to be a good time.
It was first half, 17 first down for the Jets, 4 for the Patriots.
Crazy.
And at one point, I think it was 17-1. But yes, so that it was crazy.
Yeah, and I think we held them at one point, I think I saw they had 1 yard of offense or something insane like that.
It was after the first quarter. So it said something
Passing
like the
yards.
Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been it. Yeah, where it said like Jets 150 and like it won. It was crazy. It was like what the? Yeah, they showed the graphic. Peter, who was there recording everything, I saw him bring the camera up to the graphic they had at MetLife, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's crazy."
Yeah, when have we ever seen something like that? You know,
Right.
like
last season, but for the other team, like their
yeah,
stats and then ours. That's where
yeah,
I thought. Yeah.
literally. But you know, I know you got other people and stuff like that. I had to come on here real quick, show some love, dude. It was awesome. Your family's amazing, man.
Thank you.
It was dope. We all got to break bread together. My pops
Yes.
was over here, just cracking. Yeah, my dad's over here saying no hugs, no hugs.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool meeting him. He's a yeah. You got a good dad, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's a character, man. The dude's funny. So, but again, I'm glad you guys got home fine and everything.
Yes.
So go Jets, baby. Jets, Jets. We're whooping some ass in Denver. Please bring on Zach Wilson. It is the revenge game. Hope that dude starts. But I hope Sean Payne's like, I believe in you, Zach Wilson, and we beat the living crap out of them. So
that's it. That's
the
spirit.
guys, man.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it. Jets. Jets will be hosting Denver coming up. MetLife, week 4. A nice 1:00 game.
And that's really, so next week, after that game,
London Vikings game.
we're after the Denver game. The results of that game should be very similar to Thursday night.
Correct.
And then people can keep still, you're only beat the Broncos. Well, that's the running start because the next 3-game stretch, I'm not saying it's Mount Rushmore, but it is definitely a step change.
Pittsburgh's the week 7 game, right?
Yeah. So the 3 games in a row, right? They play Minnesota.
Yep.
Right.
London.
Wherever they're playing in Ecuador or Antarctica. And then they've got the Bills and then the Steelers. So there is a significant step change, right? Neither one are world beaters. None of those 3 teams are world beaters, except potentially the Bills, but they are different. So we need to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat and beat them handily and then prepare for the next 3-pack of games.
Yeah, that the Pittsburgh one will be in Pittsburgh, which is Acrisure. That'll be Sunday Night Football. So they're going to have a lot of the 3 weird. So you got Denver 1:00. Oh wow, that's nice. And then you got London 9:30 in the morning. Monday Night Football against the Bills at home, and then at Pittsburgh Sunday Night Football. So like we got some weird ones that are certainly coming up on the schedule. I push back a little bit. Just say I think Vikings. You say none of them are world beaters. Vikings taking out San Francisco by multiple scores. I don't know. Minnesota looks pretty good. We'll see what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. We don't know who they are.
Well, yeah,
I'm really
maybe.
saying.
Yeah.
And by the way, that Pittsburgh Sunday Night Football will be on location. You'll be in the ATL.
Yeah, Atlanta watching that game. That's correct. Yeah, because me and my dad are going to a different NFL game earlier in the day, and then we'll be back for the Sunday Night Football game to get ready. So I guess we'll do a post game show together that evening. Okay, there you go for the Jet stuff. That'll be like at 2 a.m. So maybe my father will be asleep. I'm not sure, but whatever that's going to be, that'll be super late. We'll figure that out. All right, let's get a caller or two in here. Go to the bedroom or bathroom, perhaps, of Badshaw.
Oh yeah. What y'all doing?
We're doing
That's it. By the way, that was a creepy voice. Hey, how you doing? What the hell?
Well,
all of a sudden you hear this. Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Guys,
what's up, Badshaw?
I've got to let my wife get her beauty sleep. So
yeah, of course. It's very caring of you. Yeah.
You got to remember, we're an hour earlier here.
That's true.
So
that's a good point.
He's like, you go in there. So I'm like huddled on the toilet, like shivering, trying to get my call in.
Yeah, but, I appreciate that.
Man, how awesome. How lucky are y'all to get to go to that game the other night? I mean, that couldn't have gone. I mean, I just don't see how that game could have gone any better. There was minus the little offensive mistakes and penalties. We had a few little things here and there with the timeouts. I just don't think that game could have gone any better,
And it's great for that to happen because, think about it. Jets Patriots was a thing I decided a long time ago I was going to, and we have no idea what's going to. It's again, Jets Cowboys, right? I'm like, oh man, can't wait to see Aaron Rodgers and AT&T. That's going to be great, and I didn't. So you don't know. Anything can happen when you make determinations that far in advance. So you're right. To be there, the moment, to meet everybody, for the Jets to kick the Patriots' ass. It's been a long time since the Jets were favored by that many. I think it went back to the early, mid-2000s. They've been favored by that kind of point total. And then to deliver on it, because people were saying, Jets always fall short of, expectation stuff. They're the ones that are going to lose to the Patriots and ruin the home opener and stuff. So 100%. it couldn't. I don't think it could have been possible for it to go better. Outside of, again, as my father and Tim were talking about, sure there were opportunities to score a few more points, but 24-3, you blew the barn doors off the Patriots, and it was never close.
Exactly. I think, and I think I was in the minority of us playing our starters during the preseason.
Yes.
I personally felt like some of that bit us in the San Francisco game.
For
I
sure.
felt like we were rusty. I feel like if we beat Minnesota, and I'm not trying to overlook Denver, because when you start overlooking teams, that's when you end up with a big L,
Sure.
But I think if we can do what we did to New England, to Denver, and we beat Minnesota in London, I feel a lot better about the loss against San Francisco.
Of course, right.
And so my question is, so the next 3 games, we've got, the next 4 games. So we've got Denver.
That's at home.
Minnesota and London.
London, yep. Bills at home, Monday Night Football. And then at Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So the thing with the Steelers is, what are we scared of them because, or a lot of people are hyping the Steelers up? Is it just because they're the Steelers and the history, or
yes,
is people scared of the 2-0? Because that doesn't scare me with the teams they've played.
Now, FL Phil 98 has warned me like all offseason, because I'm like, look at that quarterback situation. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, they could Dragon Ball Z fusion, and I'd still be like, it still doesn't. But their defense is awesome. They got TJ Watt, who's elite. Their running game is spotty. You got Jalen Warren. You got Najee Harris. I don't know. The George Pickens is a volatile hothead at wide receiver. I don't know. And to Justin Fields' credit, so far he's played mistake-free football. He is normally loose with the biscuit. He has been very non-turnover prone so far. But I think a tiger can't change his stripes. So far, he's done a very good job of being not Justin Fields. Eventually, I think Justin Fields, if you poke him enough, he's going to turn back into Justin Fields again. What do you say, Pop?
Yeah, I would say, the Pittsburgh Steelers of 2024 are the Jets of 2023 with a good coach.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
Right. They have a great defense. Their quarterback. Right. Except they have a Hall of Fame coach. That is the difference. If the Jets had that coach last year, they would not have been 7-10. They would have made the playoffs. That's the difference. That's who we have to be afraid of. That the defense of Pittsburgh is what's going to give us the struggle. And then they win the coaching, right? You put the coaches on the scale, right? Pittsburgh wins that. They may not win anything else across the board, but their defense is in the neighborhood of the Jets, right? And their coaches are superior. So that's really it. So that's the only reason to be aware of them, right? You can't be as successful as he's been for so long with the Pittsburgh. And you go back outside the guy that likes underage girls. They haven't really had Roethlisberger. Outside of that, who's the standout players that they've had when he's been the coach year after year, going to playoffs, winning seasons. He's close to, in the modern era, I'll call it, who's had more winning seasons than him.
That's a good point. And the only other thing I would say about Pittsburgh, again, the thing that does not scare me is, again, it's very much like the Jets offense of 2023 or team rather, in terms of comparison. Where do we have to draw the line in the sand? Week 1, they didn't score a touchdown. They somehow won with a bunch of field goals. Last week against Denver, who we all agree sucks. They beat 13-6 with 1 touchdown. So we were like, we're playing a game here. First one to draw a line in the sand, 10? Okay. Aaron Rodgers, can he get to 10? Okay. Whoa, all of a sudden, scores out of reach for Pittsburgh. It's the short kid. He can't reach the top shelf. Like, that's why I don't. But again, we're getting a lot of love in here in the comment section. There are people saying, hey, man, prime time in Pittsburgh, terrible towels, the atmosphere, the iconic nature. Brandon, that's what you started this off with a franchise that's won a cajillion Super Bowls, and they have a historic franchise. And there's the aura when you walk into a place like that, even if the name's now Acrisure, which seems a lot less intimidating. Like, there's some juice there that yes, perhaps NFL Phil 98 has been warning us the entire time. Don't overlook Pittsburgh. Don't overlook Pittsburgh because of the coaching and everything else. So yeah, you have to give them some level of respect there. There's no question.
Oh yeah, and Papa Esden, do you think? I know you're more like down to earth when we're like getting hyped up about the Jets. So I'm wanting your opinion on this. But if we beat Minnesota, is it Minnesota we beat or Buffalo we beat that you're like, okay, we're playoff bound. Like this season is going through the roof. Like, do you think we need to beat Buffalo or do you still need to see more in your opinion before you start making like predictions like we're Super Bowl? I guess that's what I'd more say, Super Bowl caliber than playoffs. I think we all know they're going to the playoffs.
Sure, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that 3-game stretch is really what's going to tell us. I expected them. I predicted 12-5 this season. And really how we come out of that. So after that stretch, that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 weeks into the season, right? I think I had them at 5-2. I don't remember exactly.
And then we'll head into the New England rematch.
And then right now it's a rematch with New England and then Houston. So yeah, that 3-game stretch right there. And then you almost get another bye week with New England in there. That 3-game stretch is really going to. Are they going to truly? They are what we think they are. They are who we think we are. But they are who we think they are. That 3-game stretch is going to tell you, yes, they're on track for 12 wins or better, or this is a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 13 years. They might be in the vying for a wild card. That 3-game stretch really tell us what trajectory they're on.
Okay. I agree with that. I appreciate y'all's time. Little fun fact about Mike Tomlin. He was Arkansas State's defensive backs coach.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. Yep. Small world, man. That's awesome.
Exactly. Well, hey guys, I appreciate y'all having me on today.
All right. Yeah, you get back to the bed with your beautiful wife. Excellent, Brandon. Yeah, there you go. Go enjoy that. Wonderful. All right. We have one more caller on. Pop, do you have time?
All right, we can do one more, and then I got to go to the kennel.
Yes, NY Jets FL, you're on. Sculpting the body, or lawnmower work, which or both, perhaps. Multitasker. Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, gentlemen. It's more of the lawn today again, so it's never ending. Hey, I wish I could have been there on Thursday, but my work, like I said, my work schedule was crazy. Watching at home, it's a totally different experience. Let's just say I usually stand up for the games. I basically sat on the couch the whole game. It was a weird feeling to be like, knowing that we pretty much had this game in hand, well, mostly in control the whole game. The only times I really felt uncomfortable was the Rodgers hit out of bounds. I was thinking, whoa, that's kind of, let's get up, Rodgers. Let's take a good shot and get up. And the second was the Garrett Wilson touchdown on the sideline when Gonzalez almost got it, but
could have been a pick six if he places that a little differently. That's 100 yards to the house. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a flashback of Zach Wilson. It's the Zach Wilson reactionary, body issue. When I went, oh, like that, I knew, like, oh my God, what is he doing? And then it was such a perfectly placed ball, high and outside, where he can only get it. So that's the only two things. Maybe the Zerline thing, because that was totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, please, man, just.
But you tell me, Ted. So since you saw it, that wasn't deflected, was it? That was just a shank job. Oof.
I believe it was a ridiculously bad drive off the tee. And it was like hit so badly that it was just can't even explain. It was probably like 150-yard drive off with your driver if you play golf.
That was
like
a
you're
wounded
thinking
duck.
You're gonna go up there, hit it in the fairway, and he basically just whacks it, and you almost hit some people on the next hole. That's basically what it was. But it was pretty quiet, I thought, in the third and fourth quarter. I don't know how you guys felt, like being in the stadium. But
Oh, it felt again. The one thing I can't compare it to. So I saw a lot of people. I was posting some videos and pictures, and I'm doing some more, kind of photo stuff over the weekend. And people said, "Paul, get real. That's nothing like Week 1 last year." And I'm like, I wasn't there. I got no idea what Week 1 was last year with the Jets, Bills, and atmosphere and everything. All I can tell you, it was like an electric dance club, like the entire time, because it was just like a ritual animal sacrifice. New England was getting roasted, and we're all doing like a weird rain dance in the audience. So it felt loud as hell in there. Now, the problem is, I don't know if this happens on all games, I would imagine, but Patriots and Jet fans were like exiting, like, oh, cool, this one's over. And that part I was a little deflated for those fans. I'm like, come on, man. Like, we're all here. You bought your ticket. Like, we're kicking the Patriots' ass. This is great. Let's stick around and enjoy this thing. It's prime time. It's everything else. So that part was a little lame. So it wasn't fully sold out or anything. So there's that part. But it felt, where we were at least anyway, it felt pretty electric in there.
Gotcha. Couple things.
Sure.
I'm interested in seeing the Arizona Detroit game because I have a feeling the Cardinals might be a little better than we think. So
I agree.
we have to go play them. It'd be interesting to see how they come out and react. The Cardinals, they seem to be playing a little bit better. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I got. I can keep going, but let's just keep building. Let's not go and basically say we're playoff bound. We need to stay grounded.
Yes.
And keep improving. Keep everyone healthy. We dodged the bullet with Morgan Moses basically at this point.
Yes.
That could have been a decent. And John Simpson, that guy, you know what I'm saying? That the attitude that guy brings to a team,
when Rodgers got the late shot, he came up in the guy's face, or the Breece Hall slam, and he got in the guy's face, was like barking at him. Like, okay, there we go. We needed a little bit of that. It's been a while since we've had our guys fighting for our guys, like defending them, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I know you all got to go, and Paul Senior, Cowboys got a tough one this week. Baltimore is not. They're 0-2. That's a bit of a. What do you think on that one? And I'll let you go. Thank you, guys.
I think they're going to 0-3.
Hey, there we go. NY Jets FL. Keep sculpting that lawn, baby. Keep sculpting that lawn. That's what Jared B said in the comments. That's a good one. Appreciate it. All right, Pop, the only last word I wanted to say, and we didn't get to say this, but it was super cool to see in the stadium. I noticed it was telling Woody so the Jets had 7 sacks, and there was a bunch of players involved. They're all doing the Jermaine Johnson sack celebration. That was super cool to see and honor of him. By the way, late last night, he just had successful Achilles surgery, so he looks good to go. So thank goodness. It sounds like it was a successful surgery for Jermaine Johnson. He got out of it. He flew out to California for the Achilles surgery, so he looks good to go, obviously, for next season. All right, Pop, great stuff. It was awesome to have you there for the Jets, Patriots, and all the crazy fans. It was a good time.
Great time. Great time.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you. I will see you actually in a couple hours for a Jake Asman show. Plus, I'll be on live with Connor as well. So just stay tuned to the YouTube channel. We'll have all the latest. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.